Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss what is language. We will try to understand language with the help of definitions of language given by scholars. Language is one of the unique possessions of man. It is a means of communicating thoughts and feelings. So without language, human society is unthinkable. Let us see some definitions of language given by the scholars. In all these definitions, you can see the highlighted words which tell us more about the nature of language. Sapir says, language is purely human and non-instinctive method of communicating ideas, emotions, and desires by means of voluntarily produced symbols. Finocchiaro says, language is a system of arbitrary vocal symbols which permit all people in a given culture or other people who have learned the system of that culture to communicate or to interact. Pei says, language is a system of communication by sound operating through the organs of speech among members of a given community and using vocal symbols possessing arbitrary conventional meaning. The generally accepted definition given by Waddow is that language is a system of arbitrary vocal symbols used for human communication. Dwight Bollinger says, language is species-specific. It is humanly trait, shared by the culture so diverse and by individuals physically and mentally too unlike one another. Jesperson says, language is the set of human habits, the purpose of which is to give expression to human thoughts and feelings, especially to impart them to others. Louis Gray says, language is expression and communication to and fro from human beings within a given community by means of speech and bearing. All these definitions tell us more about the nature of language. Language is learnt. The child knows no language and learns it over a long period of time. He begins learning of language by making various isolated sounds like mama, papa, etc. Finally, the child acquires the speech sounds of his group by imitation. The child also learns grammatical constructions of the language by imitation. Language is a system. Just as various systems of our body, heart, lungs, hands, eyes, etc., though different yet work in coordination. Similarly, the system of language functions through sounds, words, and structures. These are integrated and form the language. Arbitrariness of language. It is not essential to have any relationship between the word and the object for which it is spoken. We use different words for the same object in different languages. Book in English is called Pustak in Marathi or Kitab in Hindi. Language is a system of symbols. The symbols of language are its words. For better functioning of language, it is essential that both speaker and listener know the words. Each word has a definite sound and a definite meaning. For communicating, it is essential to attach a meaning to each sound. Language symbols are vocal. Language is basically a speech. Writing is a graphical representation of speech. Many languages exist only in spoken form. They do not have any written form. Language is based on common cultural experience. Every language is a product of particular society and culture. Human language is transmitted from one individual to another not by physical inheritance but by learning. It has meaning only in relation to a particular culture and society. We do not find any two exactly equal words in any two languages. This is so because of cultures are different. Language changes. Every language is a living language. The language is constantly changing and developing to the needs of the speaker. New words are borrowed and absorbed in a language from time to time. And last, language as structure. According to M.H. Strand, language is an articulated system of signs primarily realized in the medium of speech. This means that language is systematically structured, although there is a great deal of perceptible evolutionary tendency noticed in its system. We will stop here. In the next presentation, we will try to understand properties of language and functions of language. Thank you.